train differently for this fight than other fights? Because you seemed physically in probably the best condition I've ever seen you.
Definitely, I'm always in the gym, always training, but as you watch the sport evolve and you've seen the evolution of certain fighters that are elevating their game, everybody has a strength and conditioning coach and they have a nutritionist, and I've always had people that work me out, people that had, certifications, but I've never had a real kinesiologist or a nutritionist put together a nutrition package and be there working me out 4 days a week, and I had that for this fight, and everybody for the past 5 weeks has been commentating on how good I look. I don't really put much stock. I'm not a bodybuilder. I'd rather if I look like Fedor and I perform like Fedor, I'd be happy. Rather than look like me and come out with a loss. So what can you say? Well, yeah, there's a big difference hiring Jason from Optimum Results Fitness. He made a big difference in my training.
What did the referee see about your cut?
I don't know. They stopped it. They said the cut was there and could keep going. Then, Babalu, the first cut was from a headbutt. Then he hit me with a clean elbow, and that opened another cut. Then when, I knocked him down into the cage, he came charging in. We clashed heads again. I think it hit the cut he opened with the elbow, and, it just opened farther. And, I guess when, cuts don't, your face wants to open up a little bit easier the older you get. So it's just, it's part of the game. Gotta deal with it.
Are you looking for an immediate rematch? Is there any language in your contract that states that, or take a fight in between?
I'm always looking to face the best competition that I can. Babalu is the toughest challenge of my career, and outside of the UFC, I think he's definitely the top 205-pounder that's out there, and I would definitely like to fight another rematch. I don't think what's the point of fighting somebody below his status, and my main concern is to get my belt back. It's when you lose on a cut and you don't feel that you've been beaten, you still feel like the belt is yours, and I still feel that way. Even though Babalu is the champ, and he's already stated he'd give me a rematch, and hopefully that'll happen as soon as possible. Is that beer?